app and 5AA.com.au. 5AA Player, your home for talk sport in the Champions League final.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy and 19. With the 4 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig.
Get up to $2,000 loyalty bonus when you trade in during Agostino Mitsubishi's end of financial year sale.
A young child has died after being hit by a car at Edinburgh North this morning. It happened on Peachy Road just after 11. The driver of the Toyota station wagon wasn't physically injured and is helping police with their inquiries. The child's death is the 35th life lost on SA's roads this year. A 38-year-old man from Para Hills West has died in a workplace accident at Elizabeth South. Emergency crews were called to Phillip Highway this morning after reports he'd become trapped in machinery. Safe Work SA is investigating. The emergency services levy will climb by 4.2% or around $6.70 a year in next week's state budget. Treasurer Stephen Mulligan says it'll help fund bushfire management and training for volunteer firefighters.
We go through a process of speaking with each of the emergency services, understanding what their funding proposals are for the next year. Some are approved, some are not approved, because we try and prioritise ones which we think are absolutely necessary and essential. We don't say yes to everything because, of course, it's all funded from this levy.
The federal government says it's no longer feasible to eradicate the tomato brown rugose virus in Australia. It was discovered on 3 farms north of Adelaide last year, forcing growers to destroy their crops. Despite quarantine measures, there have been multiple detections interstate in recent weeks. Work will now be done at a national level to determine how best to manage rather than eradicate the disease. One Nation has increased its representation in Canberra, winning a 4th Senate seat. More from Michael Paggy.
The Electoral Commission has declared the Senate spots for New South Wales, with Labor and the Liberals winning 2 seats each. The Greens have secured a position and One Nation has also won a spot. The minor party's victory gives it 4 Senate seats in federal parliament, with wins in Queensland and Western Australia. This is One Nation's best performance in many years, but the challenge for leader Pauline Hanson will be to keep her team together. When the party last had a solid election victory, disagreements would see people quit One Nation to sit as independents.
An issue with the Commonwealth Bank app and website has now been resolved. Some customers were unable to transfer money or make payments for several hours. Men who carry a common genetic variant could be twice as likely to develop dementia in their lifetime. A study from Curtin University's revealed people who have a condition where the body stores too much iron could have an increased risk of the condition. Professor John Alanik says there are key ways to keep healthy while researchers work to find a cure.
Another reason for people to be a lot more conscious about what they're effectively putting into their bodies from our environment, be it food, drink, smoke, because all these cofactors could potentially help to modify what's going on.
And Bunnings has again been named Australia's most trusted brand. The rating came as part of Roy Morgan's poll surveying 24,000 consumers across Australia. The major supermarkets were identified as the least trusted brands. Turning to 5AA Sport, and Collingwood brings in more than 1,100 games of experience in tonight's sold-out clash against Hawthorn at the MCG. Darcy Moore, Scott Pendlebury and Bobby Hill are among the 5 inclusions, while the Crows have flown to Sydney for tomorrow night's clash against Sydney at the SCG. And the AFLW fixture's been released with a men's season overlap for the first time. There'll also be a Friday night showdown in round 11. The Matildas are back in action on home soil tonight, taking on Argentina in Melbourne. Interim coach Tom Samani says Sam Kerr is nearing her return from an ACL injury.
The knee is looking really good, and from their feedback, I'm confident that she's getting much, much closer than she has been over the last few months.
And the New York Knicks have beaten the Pacers in Game 5 in the NBA to keep the Eastern Conference Final Series alive. The winner will play Oklahoma City Thunder in the final. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, got a crash to look out for Redwood Park, Corridor Building, Milne Road at the Redwood Shopping Centre. Also a smash at Noarlunga to look out for, Noarlunga Downs. Honeypot Road near Challenger Drive. And we've got works at Turo Gardens, which is slow the Savo, Green Hill Road near Portrush Road. Getting busy, South Road at Clovelly Park with Cameras Briar Road, Felixstowe, and George Street at Norwood. Catch all the soccer action at Paramount Plus when the Combank Matildas take on Argentina next Monday from 6:45pm, live and exclusive on Paramount Plus. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
19 and partly cloudy today, mostly sunny, and 19 again tomorrow, then 20 for Sunday and Monday. Right now, 21. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, police review body-worn camera footage after an eastern suburbs arrest that left a man unresponsive. Attacks hit the South Australians. Why our ESL bill is going up. Pain-free breast cancer screening arrives down under. And a message for Microsoft users. What you need to do this weekend to protect your passwords. 9 News. Your news. Night at 6 on 9 and on 9 now.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival. Well, a big welcome to the Friday night footy show. It's thanks to Rusden Wines after another picture-perfect autumn day. I think it topped out at 19. Porter back from their autumn slumber. They trained today. Crows flew to Sydney to smash the Swans tomorrow. Timmy, welcome.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Yes, without Sam Tugwell tonight, so...
Sammy's up the Riverland.
He's up the Riverland for a family do, but...
he needed a break.
Yeah, he did, and I suggested that he take more time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I said, don't come back in a hurry.
We said goodbye to Stacey Lee just before 4. We wish her all the best with her new bub. What an exciting time in their life happening. And as I was walking out, she apologised to the listeners for her... pregnancy baby brain, you know, that you can get baby freeze. Well,
yeah.
She has got an excuse. What's mine?
I
should have played the cricket's theme there. Oh, God. At least she's got an excuse. Hey, look, big show too. Cam Sutcliffe from Port.
Yep.
Looking forward to that chat. Sturt coach Marty Matner, they're 7-0. Central's coach Paul Thomas, he's 6-1. Sturt plays Central tomorrow at the Ponderosa.
It's the game of the round.
It is, 1v2. Are we allowed to still call it the Ponderosa?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, God, it'll be a great game tomorrow. So get out there.
Convenience Oval at
That's
Elizabeth.
That's the one. Hey, Fitzy joins us. We all love Fitzy.
Oh, yeah.
We're playing
Always a
for
bit
the
of fun.
Ryan Fitzgerald Cup.
He does say that often when Sydney take on the Crows.
Played for 2 clubs.
Yeah.
So just on the back of that, who's the best 2-club player ever?
Ooh,
Quick.
Judd, for me.
Oh, God,
Chris Judd. Was that quick enough?
Yeah, I would have probably said...
He won a Brownlow at both clubs, didn't he?
I think he did. We'll beat that. No, actually, you know what? Forget that for the Rusden Blackgut Shiraz. You've named it, so you win.
Hang on. What about Gary Ablett Jr.? Did he?
Well, there's one.
Did he win a Brownlow at both clubs?
I think he did.
I reckon
Diesel,
he did.
but he played at 3, didn't he? Diesel?
He played at Geelong as well. Yeah, so Diesel Williams, yeah. Well,
Just drop the pen.
He's best 3-club player.
Okay, 8223000.
And you're right, Rusden's Blackgut's on the line.
Please.
Home in the Barossa Valley, of course.
And we don't give the way willy-nilly. We love your interaction. I haven't been this excited about a contest since probably the last showdown. On the back of the Crows needed to win
This year, you mean?
This year, just this year. And on the back of they need to win away. And they need to beat a team that they haven't beaten for 6 years. They're in good form as a team. You'd have to say that. They're best players. It's always good when your best players are in form.
Yep.
There's a challenge about winning away and there's a challenge about beating Sydney in Sydney. Here's Matty Nix.
Well, we just have a look at their history and, look, they're as good as any when it comes to the contest. And listening to, Coxie after the weekend's game, they were really disappointed with that part of their game. They very rarely do 2 of those in a row, and we know they're going to come out breathing fire.
Yeah, he's primed them up for a big clash, and it will be. Laird's rested, B. Smith is back, Taylor Walker's back in, Zach Taylor is out. So there's no excuses, is there?
No, I think you're right.
Are you confident?
I think yes, I am. I think it's the next step for their development is to win away, but against a side on its home deck that's probably vulnerable.
And reeling, but they're reeling, aren't they? They'll want to have a fight. Taylor Walker's a man of experience. He knows how to, I reckon, seize a moment, and he hasn't lost this opportunity. Have a listen.
We've got a big 3 weeks coming up, and we know that. We've got Sydney up there, Brisbane back here, and Hawthorn in Tassie into the bye. So, yeah, we're looking forward to a big challenge over the next 3 weeks, and hopefully we can maintain some good form and just tweak a few areas that we're not quite on the ball with at the moment.
That's thanks to the M's. What would be those tweaked areas?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're scoring from stoppage, they're scoring from turnover, they're going D50, F50.
Is it purely defensively, you think?
Might be. Might be lapses in games. And I think the tweak might be, hey, just win away. Sometimes you just find a way to win. Now, he's right.
Don't have another close loss.
Swans, Lions, Hawthorn, then the bye.
Well, it sets it up, doesn't it? Look, and the thing about that is, I was talking to Will Goodings today, mentally, I reckon there's no problems in firing up for the Lions at home, is there? That is a given.
Friday night.
That's a given. Friday night, you know, you're on display. Absolutely no problems that they'll fire up for that one. I reckon this one's the challenge.
Okay. Yeah,
out of those three.
I think you're right. Port, as I said at the top, are back from their autumn break. They hit the track today. How good's that? Here's Coach Ken Hinkley.
We reset and we get a chance in the break now to dig a little deeper into some of our challenges that have been there and obvious to us now, but we actually get to look at them a bit closer. We make sure we make necessary adjustments to give ourselves a chance to play the back half of the year the way we'd like to.
Well, the adjustments are twofold: how you play, how you go about it, the grunt, the want and all that, win a last quarter. But I reckon one of the big adjustments for me is we're hearing 6 players back. That automatically is an adjustment.
Well, it is.
Who are you hearing?
Well,
Horn-Francis?
Burn-Jones will come back because of the
DBJ
protocol, so that's not a problem. Horn-Francis, I think, is definitely in the mix. Radigalea, that slight hamstring, so he'll probably be in the mix.
3 first-choice players.
Lockie Jones, no. I think Lukosius probably come back through the sample, which is a good start because he's missed nearly 10 weeks.
And I think they'll bring Sweet back, won't they?
I think Jordan will probably come back. He played very well in the sample. And Josh Sin potentially as well. But, I think the Lukosius one for mine, that's where we want to get him back into that mix, back into that forward mix, makes it a different kettle of fish.
Well, JHF coming back's one big one. They got GWS in Canberra June 7th, so that's next Saturday. So what's the one thing after the break, Port supporters, you'd love to see from Port? Now, I asked myself that in the room, and I said, one thing. What would it be, Rowey? Win.
Well, do you know...
What do you want to see, Timmy?
Well, I'll tell you, I was flashing back because you remember I said at the end of 2012, it looked like Port are gone, nothing's happening. How can you resurrect this list? With very, very little additions, Port Adelaide rose from a basket case into a final series and beat Collingwood at the G. So it can happen quickly. The thing that they backed themselves on was they only promised one thing and one thing only, which became a mantra. They put T-shirts out onto the Adelaide Oval when they went there in 2014. Never, ever give up. And that was it. One mantra. And I remember people going ballistic about it. I said, well, that's always been Port Adelaide's mantra forever and a day. Go back to 1870. It would have been, we never, ever give up. It's that working class attitude. Now, for me, if all you say to me the rest of the year, that's what we're going to get. We're going to never, ever give up. You know what you'll get? You'll get results. You will get results. I think they come. Have you say, Port supporters, for that bottle of Rusden Black Guts, 8223 0000. The AFL have had a mid-year reboot, maybe a reshuffle, maybe even a deep dive, or maybe a good hard look at themselves, Timmy, and they made some structural changes. What's that wet lettuce leaf thing? Got slapped with a wet lettuce leaf.
They got a wet lettuce leaf and they slapped it. Here is AFL CEO Andrew Dillon.
I've had a number of conversations with Laura. She sees it's a great opportunity for her. She's a very, very talented executive, an administrator, and this gives her an opportunity to be the best she can be.
That was thanks to 3AW. A great opportunity for Laura Kane. How many is she going to get? Is that harsh? And I don't want an administrator. I want a leader of the football program.
Yeah.
I want someone with knowledge and grunt and a iron fist and a
knowledge of football.
I don't want that. I don't want an administrator.
I spoke to Willem Pembo this morning on the show when I did the cross for us, and I just said, look, and I've been in sales for over 30 years, when you're employing people, we'd really grill them. And I used to say, listen, you're probably feeling like you're getting grilled here, but there's a reason for it. Because if I put you in the position and you fail, that's on me. That's my fault because I didn't do the due diligence. It feels like they didn't do that. They didn't do that process properly. They put her in thinking, oh, yeah, all the best, you know. All right. You didn't give her a chance, and this is what happens. Then you don't want to admit your mistake, so you end up trying to patch it up.
So roll on 6 months, what next?
Correct.
I mean, it's just, I think when an organisation compromises, it becomes compromised. And right now, it's compromised.
Yeah, that's...
Well, for me, it is. I want a football person.
Don't disagree.
A football person. And if you have a look at the history of that position, have a look at it. Just what's the core business?
It's football. And very clearly early, she didn't perform in the position. You knew straight away, hey, what's going on here? You're hitting that one wrong. You're saying that wrong. That's not right. The stance on that didn't sound good.
Yeah. So the core business is football. That's the position. You're the GM of football operations. So would it be better to get a football person in that was not really good at admin? Because you can get an admin person, can't you? Or would you like a really good admin person? And that's exactly where they're at to me. That's what they've done. They've now put a football person in. That is just weak. God, it's weak. Andrew Dillon Andrew didn't give a... Shouldn't laugh at your own gags. I was laughing at you, laughing at mine.
No, I encourage it.
He is weak. Yes, you do.
It.
Andrew Dillon didn't give away who will be Laura Kane's, let's call it executive colleague.
Yeah, football performance manager.
There you go. Side by side, they're going to stick together.
I haven't got an actual person for you, but we will have a senior football club person. It's a really important role for the industry.
Like someone like Tom Harley, perhaps.
There will be a number of people who would fit that bill.
Tom Harley ain't going backwards.
Yeah.
Tom Harley will go straight into Andrew's chair.
I was going to say he might with a promise.
Oh.
Come over here and
have a little bo peep at AFL House.
What do you think?
Slidey. I'm hearing Simon Garlick's name.
Oh yeah.
I'm also
hearing it around a bit.
Yeah. Chris Davies' name always gets. And I understand that, and it did last year. So, have you say, who'd you put in the chair? We've got Neil Barnes. Keep your eyes off.
Oh, hello.
Wouldn't Barmy be good? Eh?
Yeah.
He's fixing my club, not fixing the AFL. So, lines available, 8223 0000 for that treasured, and it is. Where is it? That bottle of Rusden Black Gut Shiraz. Crows by how much? How's that one, Timmy? Crows by how much? And Port back from their winter slumber. Well, it's not winter. It's autumn, and they have been a bit slumbery in autumn.
Mid-season break.
You've lost 3 of your last 4 by over...
Mid-season break.
So
get on to the two-team player, best two-team player. Get on it, mate.
What do you want to see from your club? And the other thing is, what's the best or who's the best two-team player? We've given you a couple of suggestions.
Yeah, Chris Judd, who did you say?
Oh, I said Diesel, but
he's 3 clubs.
Yeah.
So 2 club.
Two club. Did Polly Farmer play in the West and then for Geelong? It's in the same league?
Same league.
Well, one in the Sample. Who would be one in the Sample?
That's a good question.
Well, the Stringer brothers went from North to dual premiership players at Glenelg, both of them. That's a good one.
Oh, I like that. Well
because I put premierships way up.
Yep, fair enough.
And if you're looking for a piece of your puzzle and you bring in those pieces and that puzzle then ends up with a flag, they're obviously good pieces.
I've got one for you in the Sample.
Who?
Bruce Winter.
Sturt Premiership, Nord Premiership, yeah. Give us a couple of them. I like them. 8223 0000. Timmy and Rowey in the chair. Sammy's having a break. We'll be back after the break with your calls.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Local stories, local success, local pride. Let's share it all with 5AA's Best of SA.
Biltong by Najobi is deliciously seasoned beef strips. It's filled with protein, flavour and gives you lasting energy. It's a great healthy snack for kids too. Biltong is air-dried, super soft and grown right here in SA. Najobi Biltong in supermarkets, service stations or at najobi.com.au.
The Best of SA, thanks to major sponsor Ray White Business Sales and Adelaide's 5AA.
Look here, look at shorty got back. Should I ask her for a dance? Hold on, there's too many in the wolf pack.
The all-electric Kia EV3, crowned the 2025 World Car of the Year. Awarded for its record 604 kilometres of all-electric range and fast-charging capabilities. The Kia EV3 is your 2025 World Car of the Year. Visit kia.com.au to find out more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Oh, here's one.
Hey, you leaving, mate?
Yeah, 1 sec, buddy.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Parking turning you into someone you're not? Search UPark app today.
Now, a close game is a good game, and you don't get a more hotly contested match than the top two fighting it out. We're going to be talking to both coaches in the show tonight. So this Saturday, the Host Plus Sample League is featuring a huge top-of-the-table clash between Central and Sturt.
Well, this will be absolutely a belter. The on-field action is heating up, but it's also Sample's super match, meaning there are family zones, food trucks, a DJ, petting zoo, heaps more happening around the ground. They do one of these around. It's a featured game, so get down there. It's going to be a great clash. Sturt are yet to lose, and Centrals have only lost one. This will be a belter.
Absolute cracker. Don't miss the action. The kickoff is at 2:10. It's at Convenience Oval at Elizabeth on Saturday. You can find out more at sample.com.au. And just to spice it up a bit, Stephen, we got 5 family passes, yes, for the big game, Central District v Sturt. Sample action, it's going to be huge. For your chance to win one of these 5 family passes to see Centrals and Sturt tomorrow afternoon at Convenience Oval, all you got to do is call. Yeah, call 8223 0055. Don't miss that action. Sample.com.au.
Doing day-to-day things online has made our lives easier. Paying bills, shopping, banking. It all makes perfect sense to do online. But what doesn't make sense is doing your will online. It's fraught with potential problems and can leave a mess behind. From the simplest to the most complex wills and estate plans, Donlan Lawyers can answer your questions and help carry out your final wishes properly. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com, Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide, and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour.
Is stress making your muscles tense and your nights restless? Caruso's new Super Magnesium plus Ashwagandha to the rescue. With 6 forms of magnesium, Caruso's Super Magnesium plus Ashwagandha supports muscle relaxation, relieves symptoms of stress, and promotes deep sleep. So if you're tired of tense muscles and sleepless nights and can't wait for calm, comfort, and peaceful relaxation, try Caruso's Super Magnesium plus Ashwagandha today. From leading pharmacies and health stores, always read the label and follow the directions for use.
A new elevated shopping experience awaits at Burnside Village. With a 2-story Mecca flagship store, Coco Republic, JB Hi-Fi, Uniqlo, Style Runner, Kavari, July and much more. Burnside Village. Fashion, dining, lifestyle. BurnsideVillage.com.au.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, thanks very much. Welcome to Friday. Lots of 2-team players coming through on the unique homestyle food text. Here's one. Ralph Sewer, Woodville and Glenelg. That's a beauty, isn't it? No? So we'll check those out. Rossdale Homes, SA's most trusted custom design, fixed pricing, total peace of mind, because trust is a must. They're great builders, no doubt about that. Let's check your traffic first.
At Glendale, got a breakdown on top of the South Road overpass that goes over Cross Road, right-hand lane is blocked citybound, causing dramas. Crash at Nollunga Downs, Honeypot Road near Challenger Drive and Redwood Park. Cars gone into a building there, into the Chinese restaurant, Milne Road at the Redwood Shopping Centre. Cameras Bry Road, Felixstowe and Toothie Street at Melbourne. Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now. Shop TVs, fridges, laptops, mobiles, furniture, bedding and more. Best prices guaranteed. Go Harvey Norman, sale on now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yes, we're taking your calls, 8223 0000. The unique homestyle food text has gone off. Dave Elliott, the legend slug, says Sean Burgoyne, say no more. Andrew Jarman, North Adelaide and Nord wasn't bad. 1 McGarry's at both.
And 2 flags.
Well done there, Dave. Well played. Let's go to Finn and g'day, Matt.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good. Who do you reckon?
2-time premiership player, Darren the Fud Jarman.
Yeah.
Oh, good call.
Yes.
Yeah, Hawthorn, of course, and then comes back to Adelaide and, well, weaves the magic in 2 grand finals.
God.
Hey, great call,
God,
Matt.
love him.
These are good. Hard
There's
to
another
beat.
one. Eddie Betts, Carlton Crows, Carlton. That's still a 2 club.
Still a 2 club.
Yeah. Hello, Brad.
Yeah, afternoon, young Roy and Timbo.
On you, Brad.
Yeah, I was going to say, Eddie Betts, Carlton, Adelaide, back to Carlton. We know that.
Yeah.
But in the SNFL, a 3-club player who's an absolute gun. Neil Craig from Norwood to Sturt to North Adelaide.
Yeah, 3 doesn't count, but you're right. He was a gun.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember doing.
I loved him as a
did
coach.
the level 2 coaching course, and Craigie came in.
He was always a presenter, wasn't he?
He was a presenter, and he was coaching the Crows at the time. And he spoke about that 3 clubs that he played for, and he said, "What problem does that bring about?" And everybody was sort of silent. And I said, "You don't have a home."
Yeah.
And he looked at me, and I thought, "Oh," and he goes, "That's exactly right." And he said, "But you know what? Norwood rang me to come and coach him, and I realised that was my home."
Yeah.
How's
Norwood's
that?
his home. Well,
There
he
you
started
go.
as a 16-year-old in Carmen Court.
Correct.
I love
How
Craigie.
good. Let's go to Grange. G'day, Joe.
Joe.
G'day, guys. I've got one for each of you. Norwood, Rocky Roberts.
Yes.
Very
And
cool.
for you, Timmy, Milan Folletti.
Oh, great call, Joe. Yes, of course, West Torrens played a lot of games there and then came over to Port in probably good timing too, because they were in the middle of 3 in a row. I reckon he played in just about all 3 of them. So
Yeah.
great
Thanks,
call,
Joe.
Well
Keep
done.
them coming in. It's on the back of Fitzy's coming on the show,
He is,
and
and
he
he-
played for Sydney and the Crows.
And
We're
he,
thinking
in tongue-in-cheek, he says it's the Ryan Fitzgerald Cup.
the Ryan Fitzgerald Cup. We're playing for that. God, Gavin Wanganeen's getting a lot of nominations.
Yeah, fair enough. Too.
And fair enough. Hello, Steve.
How you going, boys? I was going to say Wanganeen and Charlie Dixon.
Charlie, of course, he played for Gold
Okay,
Coast.
yeah.
Came down and played for Port Adelaide. There you go,
Yeah,
Steve.
like that. Brian
Like
Lees
that.
has got a nomination.
Brian
Lees.
Hang on, that's from Brian himself.
It is too. It actually is.
Classic. Mike Noonan's a good one. Of course, he was a Sturt Premiership player.
Yep.
And went over to Norwood in
Premiership
78
player,
when they stole it
Yep.
off a Sturt.
They
That
did
is
too.
unreal.
They did too. Hey, 25 minutes past 4. We have got a massive show coming up. Cam Sutcliffe, looking forward to speaking to him. And before 5, Paul Thomas and Marty Mattner. The game of the round is going to be between Sturt and Central's out at Elizabeth Oval. After the call, we'll take your breaks. We've got the Rusden Wines bottle of Black Guts to give away. 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
The emergency services levy fee is going to rise $6.70 a year.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
What's the inflation rate, though, Will? Well, we know it's 2.4% at the moment. So why is it rising by more than inflation?
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Wasn't gambling revenue up too? Yeah, I think so. So they're getting all the extra money from gambling, but mainly from the housing boom. They're just raking it in.
5AA Breakfast.
Yet we've got to pay more from the ESL. I don't understand.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Hi, it's Wayne Phillips. If you're in the market for a new ute, SUV or van before the end of the financial year, you must come and see us at the award-winning Wayne Phillips Ford. We've got a huge range of Ford Rangers, Everest and Transit custom vans in stock and ready to go. Come in and see us for an unbeatable deal with savings so good, you'll have to see them for yourself. We won't be beaten on price. So for the best deal on a new Ford, drop in and see us now at Wayne Phillips Ford, Christie's Beach.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 20% off clearance mobile phones and up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $400 on Samsung 75-inch QLED TV, now under $2,000. And LG 8-kilo front-load washer down to just $593. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Yeah, we're giving away that beautiful bottle of Black Guts
Yes, we are.
Shiraz from Rusden's, and this is a live read all about Rusden's because we've been there so many times.
Oh,
I just
love 'em.
love it. And you know what? Every time I go there, I just experience something new.
You do.
And that's the beauty of it. You know, we know that they've got the beautiful soils, the vines, and plenty of the first-class wines, but it's the experience for me.
Kick back and have a glass. Go to the cellar door. It's an experience. If you can, stay there and have a cheese platter.
Oh, it's
if
beautiful.
you can, speak to Christian. He's Christian Canute.
Yes.
He's the winemaker. And stay there as long as you want. Get canuted. And then you two will know why he and I are good mates and he is with you and everyone that he meets.
Correct.
Everyone that meets him.
I keep staring at those 6-litre bottles with our names on it.
Look, it's the Rusden family. They boast 7 generations of grape growing experience, and it is an experience when you go there. They promote that area like no other. They love it, they've lived it, and they've breathed it. It's the ideal climate for a Rusden Black Guts. That's the Shiraz. It's a big, ballsy, bright, soft on the palate, goes down and it punches you fair in the guts after you've had a bottle.
Oh, it's
God, I
beautiful.
love it.
Yeah, I can feel like one now. So do yourself a favour, take a visit to the Salador and the Barossa and make your next red a Rusden's. Check them out at rusdenwines.com.au.
Keep the good times rolling at Strike. Love bowling? Easy. Karaoke? Sing it loud. Or if you fancy some friendly competition, we also have laser tag and escape rooms. Add in our cocktail bar and gourmet kitchen, and you've got yourself a party that will bowl everyone over. Whether it's a birthday, hens do, or just fun night out, assemble your pals and we'll pin down the details. Search Strike Parties. Fancy a different kind of fun? Parties also available at our sister venues, Holy Moly Golf Club, Hijinks Hotel, and Archie Brothers Cirque Electric.
Join the great cover-up and get a Walco Guardian pool cover. Made right here in SA, a Walco Guardian pool cover will preserve your chemicals, keep your water clean, and you won't need to run your pump. Put your pool to bed for winter. Visit walco.com.au.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. A toddler's been killed in a car park accident outside a tyre business at Edinburgh North. A man's died after becoming trapped in machinery at the old Holden factory at Elizabeth South this morning. SA has been given a good scorecard in how states and territories are tackling tobacco and vape reform. And more movements could be coming to AFL House with the pressure turned on League Chairman Richard Goyder. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Glandore, got a breakdown on the South Road overpass that goes over Cross Road. Right-hand lane is blocked city-bound. No longer down to crash Honeypot Road near Challenger Drive and fixing up a car that's gone into a building at Redwood Park, Milne Road at the Redwood Shopping Centre. Busy right now at Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North as you're approaching Anzac Highway with a camera at Gilbert Road at Kernlight Gardens. Ford's drive away deals, Ranger XLT model year 25.25 from 60k drive away for ABN holders only. Recommended price at participating dealers. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, mostly sunny tomorrow, 19. At the moment, 19. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Yeah, welcome back to the Sports Show. 8223 0000, bottle of Black Guts Shiraz on the lines thanks to Rusden's. Looking for two club players in the same comp. So whether it's Samful, VFL, WAFL, I got a nomination here. Bob McLean. That's floating back a bit. In the 30s, played for Norden, then went to Port Adelaide, of course, but that's a beauty. But look, check us out on the live stream. Visit the Morn Team Cheltenham Hyundai and take a test drive today to find your perfect Hyundai car. Port Road, Cheltenham.
Here's a couple of nominations on the text line. Best two club champs, and keep the calls coming in for that Black Guts. Foss Williams.
Yeah, Foss, West Adelaide and Port Adelaide.
Tony Plugger Lockett.
Oh, that's a big one.
That.
That's a big one.
Buddy Franklin's popped up.
Yeah, of course. Wow.
Here's a good one.
Hawthorn, Sydney.
Bob Shearman.
Bob Shearman, yes. See, again, you sort of forget.
I love the sample one.
Ken Eustace. I know he was West Adelaide, went to Central, so maybe.
Yeah, good stuff. Hey, Sharman Shelving, they've moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road.
Well, Port Adelaide have a bye this weekend in both the AFL and SNFL, so they're back at training today. To get back on the horse, we got one of their development coaches on the line, Cam Sutcliffe. G'day, Cam.
Hey, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, buddy, what break did the players and coaches take?
So we had, obviously, from the game last weekend against Fremantle up until today off, and a little chance to reset, I guess, not only physically but mentally, and, attack the second half of the year in a way that hopefully it brings more success and gave us all an opportunity to sort of get away and, refresh the mind and come back in with hopefully a few fresh ideas going forward.
Well, Chris Davies, before you broke off, he said this.
It's a good opportunity for the players to go away, the coaches to go away and have a bit of a reset moment, within the season.
So was it purely mindset for all encompassing?
There's still conversations had. You still need to get prepared for training in the next week and whatever else needs to be done. But I think everyone had a good chance to just get away with their family and, take a little bit of time away from footy. As we know, it can be all encompassing and you're involved. And when you're there at the club, you're expected to bring 100% all the time. You can burn out a little bit, and the way that the team's been going, and having not as much success as what we'd hoped. You know, it can be a bit draining at times, but yeah, everyone's back now and everyone's looking forward to the second half of the year.
Well, you've got 3 new guys from the mid-season draft that you'll have to work with. Big Harry Ram, you've got Manny Liddy, and of course Ewan McKinlay. Will you work with all 3 of those as a development coach, or do you only get the smaller guys?
Yeah, there'll be elements of me working with all 3 of those guys, but probably predominantly with Manny, who obviously we played against Central Districts earlier in the year, and he gave our mids at that point in time a bit of a bath. So I think he's been on the radar since that game, and we know he's got great running ability and he's good at ground level, and I guess someone that we can bring into the team who's actually a mature body to help with our other young mids that are in there currently.
Cam, are they all ready now? I mean, you had a great success story last year in the mid-year draft. How many of these 3 are likely to play this year?
I can't see why none of them could play, or any of them could play, actually. I ran into Harry Rand today. He's a massive boy, and you know, he could give us an option up forward or down back. And Ewan, we know from North Adelaide, he was playing some really good footy, and from all reports, he's got a really great footy brain, understands the game really well. So I can't see why any of them can't play straight away. Whether they do or not, I guess it'll come down to how they train and how Ken and the senior coaches pick the team.
I hear this question about this time of year, and I think it sounds dumb, and you can tell me if it is, but did the bye come at a good time?
That's a great question. I guess we did have a lot of injuries, so from that front, it has helped us. I know that we may have 6 or 7 guys come back for the GWS game. You know, they are important players as well. You know, we've been under the pump in terms of trying to score, and we've had guys on the sideline like Jason Horne-Francis and Kane Farrell who can set up a lot of our play, and even to a lesser degree, because we haven't seen a lot of him, Jack Lukosius should be back soon enough, which will give us another target forward to go through.
Well, let's face it, and I know internally, and Ken's not a outdoor man that gives excuses, nor is a CD or anyone at your club, but when we read out the CLK legal injury report, it takes Timmy a half hour to do it. I mean, you've got the second most injured amounts of players on the list, only Eston are worse. The amount of talent and experience in last week's game that you missed out. Have you drilled down as to why so many injuries? Who's in the gun for that? Is your PPT team need to pull their finger out?
It's a great question, Rowey.
They're 2 in a row, Cam. Cabby boy.
Stop saying it.
Cabby!
You're nailing it today.
All right.
Yeah, it is a good question because, you know, you can't quite put your finger on what causes these types of injuries. You know, the game we played against Geelong, they had 3 hamstring injuries as well. So it's, a little bit of a change in the weather for that one, possibly, but, you know, who knows? But, you know, everything is measured down to the nth degree, and Stewie Graham, Viper, as we know him, he's all across it, and obviously there's management of players and management of the program, and all of that is done to a degree which, you know, you don't really see much of outside of the AFL 4 walls. So there are so many different factors in why injuries happen, but I think we've just been one of those teams that's been really unlucky this year, and it's been to key players as well.
You mentioned that there might be up to 6 players available for selection. What sort of names are we talking?
I would say Horne-Francis is probably an opportunity for him to come back. We've got Josh Sin, Kane Farrell, maybe Lukosius. Darcy Burn-Jones will be coming off his concussion protocol. So there are decent names that are coming back that'll really help us, and probably one that's probably a little bit further away is Lockie Jones, because, you know, he did a pretty severe hamstring.
Yes, he certainly did. I thought it was a real character win at sample level against North Adelaide. There was only 9 AFL-listed players on that list. Only 5 of those have actually played AFL. So it was a very inexperienced list. Jordan Sweet performed really well. I hope it's the way the coaches want. And who else could be pushing?
Yeah, Sweetie did have a really good game. Obviously, he ended with 42 hitouts and he kicked 2 goals. So that's exactly what we're asking of Jordan. He's gone back to the sample. We know Dante Visentini has been playing some consistent footy, so he's relished his opportunity. But we just need Sweetie to put those performances together week to week. But guys like Will Lorenz, who probably feel like he's been a little hard done by. Obviously, he had another 30 disposal game on the weekend playing as an insider. So he's another one to look out for. But then we look forward to the ball. Jack Whitlock's pushing for selection as well. We know he's got a really good marking ability. It's just with Jack at the moment, he's not getting a heap of support ahead of the ball. So once he hopefully gets that, he'll start to flourish a little bit more.
Cammy boy, I'm going for a three-peat on Good Question, Rowey.
Here we go.
Timmy, I'm putting heat on myself for this one. What's the right thing for the club, Cam? Can stay or can go?
For me, personally, my opinion,
yes.
I love Ken, and I love the way that Ken operates. And, the people would just assume that there's a bit of bickering behind the scenes, but there really isn't. Like, everyone's in a position where they understand where the club is at. There's a transition period, obviously, that's about to happen, but we haven't strayed from Ken's ideals and his philosophy on how we want to play the game. And I know if you walked in the four walls of the footy club, you'd have an understanding that from the outside, we're not quite listening to the media noise around it all.
Don't listen to it. He's a fighter, mate. Well done. So I didn't get a good...
Great question, though.
Timmy! Timmy!
I'm going to live with that.
Timmy, 3 for 3. The only reason, Cam, we had Jordan Dawson on last week.
Oh, that was funny.
Absolutely smashed me. Rowey, do you even...
He didn't like it.
Oh,
No,
mate, he did. Do you even know the game, Rowey?
Oh, that was funny. It was funny.
Thanks, Cam.
Funny.
Love you. That's why I put him in the state team all the time.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Hey, Cam, we got GWS. They got Richmond this week. They defeated Carlton, lost by 34 points in between all of that, defeated Geelong by 4 points. They're probably due a loss, eh? We wouldn't mind going over there and having a win.
Yeah, you'd hope so. I guess that another team similar to us, they've had a few injuries. They're going to get Josh Kelly back against us possibly next week. Obviously playing tomorrow, I'm not sure, but obviously we'll keep our eyes on the game against Richmond and see how they go, and just come out of an oppo meeting so we understand a little bit about how they play. And they're a quite skillful team that likes to move the ball to the perimeter of the ground and then take it back through their big guys in Hogan. So it's going to be a challenge. Obviously, we're in Canberra, but we're looking forward to it.
Cam, look, thanks very much for your time. I'm going to end this interview before he can ask another one, all right?
Oh, good man. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. That's Cam Sutcliffe, development coach at the Port Adelaide Football Club. And all thanks to Sharman Shelving. They've moved their showroom next door to the big white building, still at 412 North East Road. Cam Sutcliffe, our guest.
Yeah, he's a ripper. Best two-team player from the same comp is our call for the Rusden Blackguards. 8223 0000. Let's go to Noarlunga. Mike?
G'day, Stephen and Tim. 61, Neil Curley, captain coached West Adelaide against my team, Norwood. It was about 87 degrees. Then gets the sack, replaced by Doug Thomas, goes to South Adelaide, takes him from bottom to top in his first year in 64. And there's one other, Butch Phillips, went from Glenelg to Norwood in 78.
It did.
And in his first year in 78 won a premiership.
Yeah, good call, Mike. That's a beauty. Butch Phillips, I forgot about that.
That's a good one. Here's one on the text line. Kane Johnson, 2 flags with the Crows, then Captain Richmond.
Did too.
He did.
That's a good team. Yeah.
Hello, Angus.
I like that.
Afternoon, fellas. How are you?
Excellent, buddy.
Excellent. You'll pardon me for expanding the parameters slightly, but add AFL winning coach in addition to 2 club players,
right.
Damien Hardwick, Alistair Clarkson, Mark Williams.
Ooh, yeah, right. Okay, so Hardwick obviously played Richmond. Played at Essendon. Came to Port Adelaide.
Won a flag with Essendon and with Port.
So he's and then he's done the club thing as well, the coaching thing as well.
Yep. So Clarko and Mark Williams, all 3 of them have done that. So.
Wow.
Nah, good work, Angus. After the break, we're going to speak to Paul Thomas from Centrals, Marty Matner from Sturt. Game of the round, 1v2, which would be great. Hey, visit Mornteen, Cheltenham, Hyundai, and take a test drive today. Find your perfect Hyundai car, Port Road, Cheltenham. Bring us the traffic.
At Glandora, breakdown on the South Road overpass, the bit that's going over Cross Road, so that's not ideal, is it? Noarlunga Downs to crash, Honeypot Road near Challenger Drive, and Redwood Park Corridor Building, Milne Road at the Redwood Shopping Centre causing delays. Busy at the moment, the parade at Norwood quite slow, the Porter Expressway at Port Adelaide, with cameras Doothie Street, Malvern, and East Parkway at Colonel Light Gardens. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get 2 cases of Carlton Dry bottles or cans for $99. Save $19. Hurry, offer ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
If you want to know what's going on at the Port Adelaide Football Club, listen in to the 5AA Sports Show. Each week, Rowey and Timmy G chat with the players and coaches in the know. Thanks to Sharman Shelving. Sharman have moved their showroom next door into the Big White Building, still at 412 North East Road.
Built like a brick house. Basic Trailers are your best mate for any load. Use the code 5AA to pay only $1 for rego on purchase of your new trailer. True blue deal at Paraka. Basic Trailers. Basically, better.
Finding the perfect Volkswagen is easy at Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. Even easier during their end of financial year sale. You can get first pick on a massive range of new and demo Volkswagens available for delivery right now. Loads of colours, loads of options. On-site finance and next-day servicing. How easy is that? Get a great drive-away deal during the end of financial year clearance on now. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Now, your new local has been freshly renovated and relaunched.
We were down there and, gee, I did like it. The Para Hills Community Club has more to offer than ever before. It's so fresh. The paint, you can still smell it. The size of it, the alfresco, the dining. We're in the front bar.
It's quite cool.
God, it was 200 metres long.
Yeah. Oh,
Packed.
I loved it. And the meals were amazing.
Oh,
I
they
stayed
were.
there for the meat platter. It was incredible.
I ate too much.
Now, the Para Hills Community Club is a social hub that brings people together for classic hospitality experiences. Now, whether you're heading in for a family meal, letting your hair down with a few drinks, think I might have done that. Live entertainment, saw that. Looking for exceptional function space, been in there. The crew are looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, what time did you leave? Because it was a bit embarrassing for you, wasn't it?
None of your business, mate.
That's fair, cool. Now, if you're a northern local looking for your people, become a member and join the community for great discounts and specials.
Yeah, get down to your new local, the Para Hills Community Club. It's at Bridge Road, Para Hills.
Living with diabetes? Ditch finger pricks with Freestyle Libre. Freestyle Libre is a small wearable sensor that monitors your glucose levels and trends and sends them straight to your phone. Instant, up-to-date feedback. No finger pricks. How good is that? And you can trial Freestyle Libre for only $15. Just head to freestylelibre.com.au to find out how. T's and C's apply. Follow directions for use. Read warnings before purchase. Free yourself from finger pricks with Freestyle Libre.
Last month, we serviced around 11,000 vehicles, more than 3,000 Hyundais, i30s, 20s, Santa Fe's, 2,000 Kias, Sorrentos, Carnivals, Rios, over 700 Hondas. That's right, over 11,000 people trusted us with their pride and joy. Automasters, isn't it time for you to switch and save? Call 1300 Automasters or book online. All centres offer repair now, pay later options. So switch and save with Automasters. Great service guaranteed.
A new elevated shopping experience awaits at Burnside Village. With a 2-story Mecca flagship store, Coco Republic, JB Hi-Fi, Uniqlo, Style Runner, Cavari, July and much more. Burnside Village. Fashion, dining, lifestyle. BurnsideVillage.com.au.
Unpack the wonder of a remarkable archaeological discovery. The treasures of the Viking Age at the South Australian Museum. See gold, silver and unique heirlooms from the astonishing Galloway Hoard. On now until the 27th of July. Book now at samuseum.sa.gov.au.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Yes, welcome back. Having a lot of fun here on Friday, finding out your two-team players. But I'll tell you what, we got a massive game happening at the ex-Convenience Oval, Elizabeth, 2:10 p.m. tomorrow. It's a super game for the SANFL where one takes on two. Central District v Sturt. And we've got the coach of the Dogs on the line, Paul Thomas. G'day, Tomo.
G'day, how are you?
Hey, excellent, mate. Great to have a top-of-the-table clash like this at home.
Yeah, it's been a really good start for both footy clubs. So, and a super Saturday SANFL match as well.
Hey, what's the key to defeating Double Blues? Had a look at them last week. They're very, very well... what would you say, set up? I love the way they locked it in and they were able to, keep a ring of players around. Hard to get it out of there.
Yeah, they're super in all facets, aren't they? The contest they're really good at. They move the ball pretty well. Considering they play at Unley, which you'd think would be more of just a crash and bash type of setup, but they do move the ball quite well. So I think it's matching him in all areas for sure.
And Tom, does I suppose the wide expanses of Elizabeth, does that test them the way they do set up? Because
not really. No, I think they sort of like they're really good with moving the ball. They can chip it around. Some venues, I think at Glenelg, against Glenelg, they have up like 95, 100 marks. So they're quite organised out here. You think it actually probably helps them a little bit as well in terms of the space is a little bit more where they can do that as well. So we've seen it here before in my time coaching with Marty, where they've been able to have lots of kick marks and build territory that way. So trying to, like I said, be really good in all aspects of getting the ball back off them and then hurting them with the ball.
Spoke to you pre-season talking about scoring, and you're averaging 94 points this year. How'd you go about designing that over the pre-season?
Some of it was personnel. A little bit was probably just our players getting a little bit more mature over time and just understanding when to pull the trigger or when to maybe when the game's saying go a little bit slower. So a little bit of it's, I guess, natural maturity and a little bit of coaching along the way as well.
Tomo, love your start. 6 wins, 1 loss. You had that cracker round 1 versus Centrals out there. I love how you play. You're just getting better and better. How will the impact of losing Matt Liddy affect you?
No doubt. He's had a fantastic start to the year. Picked up the Fos Williams medal along the way in a state game. So, we'll look at a few different soldiers. He's got some really key attributes, Manny, which got his name called out. So we'll look to try and cover that. Probably won't be one person who can sort of do what Manny can do, but maybe a couple can cover him, and not just over this weekend, but over the next period of time until hopefully he never returns and has a really long AFL career. But if he doesn't, we'll be more than happy to have him back.
I know we all say that, but is that how we really feel? Like it's compromised the integrity of our comp this mid-season draft, Tomo?
Yeah, I think there's certainly some cons to it. There's some pros for it where these young guys who have AFL aspiration, it can come upon them quite quickly from a footy program point of view, and I guess from a list management and that. It's not like we can just go and grab someone from the amateurs and backfill it that way. So the AFL have the ability to go, well, we like him. We've got this system where we can take him. But the compensation, I don't know if it's financial. I think there's some financial, but it doesn't help us. We're not starting in November last year going, all right, well, this guy's going to get mid-season and this guy might get mid-season. It's kind of a bit of I think it was Tuesday morning, there were 7 picks, and by Wednesday afternoon there was 18. So it's something you really can't prepare for in the state leagues. And it probably does make our competition in the waffle probably still the marathon that footy used to be, where you started in November with a list of 50 and you finished with the same list. The AFL have a bit of a difference where they can get a quick Band-Aid or a bit fixed, but we're quite aware of it. So you deal with it. Can't plan for it, but, move on with it. And like I said, just hope that you've done a good enough job that Manny wants to come back or your player wants to come back should it not work out in 6 months or 6 years.
Well, Tomo, you're doing a great job. You covered Bryn Little earlier in the year when he went out with a knee injury, unfortunately, but you've covered that off well, mate, so keep the good work up out there, Elizabeth.
Thanks very much.
Paul Thomas, head coach of Central District, the big game, the Sample Super Match.
It's a great attitude, and look, he's been in the AFL system as Marty Mattner has, and I don't think they're just playing the company line there. I think they truly do believe they're there to develop kids for the higher level, and they're very wrapped from. But it just, for me, compromises it. Let's forget that. Centrals do take on Sturt. It is at Elizabeth. It is tomorrow at 2:10, and a team that's sitting 7 wins, 0 losses, coached to the absolute minute by Marty Mattner, joins us now. Marty Moose, thanks for your time.
How you going, guys?
Good, 7 buddy. Straight. Has that form surprised you with your group?
No, not yes and no. I think we definitely, did a lot of reviewing and a lot of looking at each other and the system last year, and worked out that we needed to get better. And real credit to the playing group. They've embraced, the changes that we've made and what we try to improve. And it's probably not a surprise. It is a surprise as in I think we've been playing some really good footy. But it's also the 7-0 is probably the surprise. I think the way we've gone about our footy's been really, really pleasing, but it's probably the 7-0 that is the surprise.
Look, your system, your team defence, you've worked very well structured. I think part of your DNA, if I go back to your premiership years and your teams that you coach, Marty, you're number one for defence for scores against, and by a long shot. So you start from that. The scoring comes off the back of it. Are you one of those coaches?
Yeah, probably in the past, but I think this year we've tried to change that mentality of the footy club, and it's been tough for me as a coach. I've really, really struggled a few times in the coach's box to, still keep to what we're trying to do, and that's be a more scoring team this year. And been a couple of times throughout the pre-season that a couple of the assistant coaches have tapped me on the shoulder and just said, mate, just got to come back in. We've got to get that offence going again. So it's been tough for me, but something I really enjoyed as a coach, a real big challenge for us, and something that we want to try and improve and get better at is our offence, and we feel like we have. Still a work in progress, but really enjoying where the boys are at the moment.
Well, Marty, I think you're nearly 20 points more per game this year, so I think it is working, mate. Good work with that.
Yeah.
Hey, mate, impressed with last week's win against the Crows. Got to do the game. I love the way you were locking it in that forward half, the setup behind it. Your defence is excellent. Kumblis obviously manages that. Becker, outstanding. Young Alex Holt too. He's very impressive.
Yeah, it's I guess our defence hasn't really changed. We've just tried to be probably a bit more offensively minded, and I think also too with our midfield at the moment we've been able to try and be a bit more aggressive with our offence. Also too, I think we're trying to use it trying to use the hands a little bit more around the contest to try and free up some guys, and that's worked really well. So but I guess our back line, Kumblis has been amazing. I mean, you got Vossi. I think Zach Becker's taken another level to his game. And Alex Holt, I mean, we had Wheeler Taylor play a couple of games a few weeks earlier. So we've been able to, I guess, improve these guys like Zach Becker and Charlie Fryer and these guys, but also too, we've had some guys come in and play some really important roles as well with a few injuries we've got at the moment.
Yeah.
Marty, all the best with that big red koala on your back, mate. Have a ripper.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah,
See you, Marty. I know, complete windscreens.
On the back.
Good sponsors of Sturt.
Had to get them in. Centrals v Sturt tomorrow. Please get down there. It's going to be an absolute cracker of a game. And after 5, we've got Ryan Fitzgerald. He's going to preview the Crows v Sydney game.
He started this two-team
Well, he did. The two-team player. We'll take those calls as well. Yep. That's what we love for a Rusden Wines Blackgut Shiraz. 822 300 00.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Don't miss the Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale this weekend.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get 20% off storage, so sign up and start saving. But hurry, the offer ends this Sunday. Live cheaper at the Chippy Rewards Super Sale, only at Cheapest Chips.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Forget having mulch or compost dumped on your driveway. It's messy and it gets in the way. Instead, order cubic metre Hulker bags of Living Earth compost or mulch. Hulker bags can be delivered where most tip trucks can't get to, and it's Australian Standard certified. Plus, when you've emptied it, fill your Hulker bag with approved hard waste, and Integrated Waste Services will take it away for a discount price. Google Hulker bag now, spelt Hulca. Hulker bag.
The Great Caravan and RV end of financial year sale is on now at Camper Agent RV Supercentre. It's the biggest sale event of the year with up to $20,000 off selected new caravans and motorhomes. Plus, up to $20,000 off selected pre-owned motorhomes and camper vans. Unbeatable value with a 3-year warranty available on eligible models. Shop from top names like Winnebago, Windsor, Corrible, Hitchhiker and X-Tour. Ends June 30. T's and C's apply. Only at Camper Agent RV Supercentre, Parafield Gardens.
Do you want to win big? Do you?
Yes.
Do you? Well, if you want to win big, the Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is on. Check out the new $3.3 million grand prize right now at homelottery.com.au. This one ticks all the boxes.
Timmy did this yesterday. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Imagine the mortgage-free life in a fully furnished Scott Salisbury home. 4 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, a swimming pool. And here's the kicker. Open your eyes now because you're driving and there's a set of lights. $250,000 are included. Cash.
How good. buy your tickets before the early bird deadline. It's even better. For a chance to win $1 million cash. And it's your turn to win. Yeah, it is. Tickets are selling now at homelottery.com.au.
So get your tickets, learn more about this new home at homelottery.com.au. Life-changing prizes, life-changing impact.
Stress levels higher than Karen from finance on her third coffee? Claim back fun this end of financial year with a fully catered work function at Strike, Holy Moly, Archie Brothers or Hijinks Hotel. Don't wait to lock in your party plans. Search Strike or Holy Moly today.
Harris Scarf mid-season sale is on now. Save 40% off electric blankets and heated throws, 40% off women's knitwear and coats, plus 30% off bras. Hurry, sale ends soon. Exclusions apply. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices.
All right, so that'll be absolutely diddly squat. 0. Zilch. Nada.
Woohoo! Buy any new, used or demo vehicle from Wayville Hyundai before June 30 and you could win an entire year of groceries from Foodland on us. Groceries covered, car sorted, more money for what matters. Visit wayvillehyundai.com.au to find out more. T's and C's apply. Licence number T25707. Another great deal driven by Australian Motors.
At SEW Eurodrive, we keep Australian industry moving with innovative drive technologies and unmatched service. Our 24-hour emergency breakdown service minimises downtime to maintain productivity.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Mostly sunny and 19 tomorrow with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Kendall Brettig.
Get a 3K cash card on selected models during Agostino Mitsubishi's end of financial year sale.
Tragedy at Edinburgh North this morning with a toddler hit by a car outside a tyre workshop and killed. The little boy was struck by a Toyota station wagon in the car park. The driver's helping police with their inquiries. The boy's death is the 35th life lost on SA roads this year. And police are preparing a report for the coroner after a workplace death at Elizabeth South. Emergency crews were called to the old Holden factory after reports a man had become trapped in machinery. The 38-year-old from Para Hills West died at the scene. SafeWork SA is investigating. The emergency services levy will rise by 4.2% above inflation in next week's state budget. Bills will increase by around $6.70 a year, raising an extra $21 million. The funds will go towards improving bushfire mapping, a fleet of drones and a new rescue boat. Treasurer Stephen Mulligan says it's money well spent.
We've had the emergency services levy now for 25 years in South Australia. It replaced an old insurance levy which wasn't doing a good enough job providing funding for our emergency services and provided a much broader coverage across all properties and vehicles owned in South Australia.
The budget also includes almost $14 million over 5 years to expand the mental health co-responder program right across Adelaide. Pauline Hanson says she's elated with One Nation's performance in the federal election. The minor parties doubled its representation in the Senate from 2 to 4 seats. One Nation has secured spots in New South Wales, Queensland and WA. Senator Hanson says it's a great achievement.
Very excited about it. You have no idea after, 28 years since I formed the party in 1997, and I was out of it for 18 years of Parliament and 13 of running the party. So to have achieved this, and plus other state members of Parliament, I'm elated.
A judge has found a young woman who stabbed her drug dealer 34 times was mentally competent at the time and must stand trial for murder. Cynthia Ellen Rigney, who was 18 at the time, doesn't deny repeatedly stabbing Maria Lewis in December 2018 at Kilburn. After 7 years of hearings, the Supreme Court has now found her mentally fit to face trial. The now 25-year-old will face court in August for a directions hearing. Week 5 of the mushroom murder trial in Morwell has wrapped up. Kiara Parker's there.
The prosecution's final witness, the detective who led a police investigation into the lethal lunch at Leongatha in 2023, returned to the witness box to give evidence. Much of the defence's cross-examination of Detective Leading Senior Constable Stephen Eppingstall today involved Colomandy SC presenting messages from the Patterson family group chat. A court has heard Erin Patterson sent Gail Patterson a message in 2022 wishing her a happy Mother's Day to the best mother-in-law anyone could ask for. The informant's testimony will continue on Monday when the trial resumes. Erin Patterson has pleaded not guilty to murdering 3 of her relatives by serving them beef Wellingtons containing death cap mushrooms.
Defence Minister Richard Marles has held talks with his American counterpart Pete Hegseth at a major security conference in Singapore. Secretary Hegseth says Australia is a crucial ally in the Indian Pacific region.
Long-standing, incredibly important partnership with our friends in Australia. And it's as strong and true today as it's ever been.
Microsoft Authenticator users are being reminded of a gradual password phase-out. From June the 1st, new passwords will no longer be saved on the app. The service is preparing to consolidate with the Microsoft Edge browser by August. Now turning to 5AA sport, and Andrew Dillon has declared AFL Chairman Richard Goyder has done an incredible job. The former Qantas chair has indicated he wants another term. But the AFL Chief Executive says it'll be up to others to determine if he continues.
You get judged on achievements, and if you look at the achievements of the AFL under Richard's stewardship, they're many and varied, and he's done an incredible job.
So he should get another 3 years?
I think ultimately that's for other people to decide. But as I sit here, he's a incredibly supportive chairman, and if you look at the scoreboard, he's done an amazing job.
Melbourne has ruled out Jack Viney for Sunday's clash with St Kilda and Alice Springs. The Demons vice-captain will miss a 3rd week of footy due to lingering concussion symptoms. While the Crows are in Sydney for tomorrow night's clash with the Swans, tonight Collingwood take on Hawthorn. And the 12-week AFLW fixture's been released, with the season to begin in mid-August. For the first time since expanding to 18 teams, it'll overlap with the final 2 rounds of the men's season. To basketball, the Knicks have kept the NBA Eastern Conference Finals alive against the Pacers, winning Game 5. Indiana lead the series 3-2. In ice hockey, the Edmonton Oilers beat Dallas 6-3 in Game 5 to set up a Stanley Cup final rematch with defending champions Florida. And Daria Kasatkina's moved into the 3rd round of the French Open, but Alex de Minaur and Adam Walton were beaten. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Northfield, a crash to look out for. Grand Junction Road near the prison, College Park, Harvey Motorcycle, Paynham Road near Harrow Road, and a crash at Noarlunga Downs, Honeypot Road near Challenger Drive. Slow for works at Tirrock Gardens, Green Hill Road near Portrush Road, and getting busy Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North, just as you're approaching Anzac Highway. Cameras Wattle Street, Fullerton, and Springbank Road at Clapham. Harvey Norman's half-yearly clearance is on now. Shop TVs, fridges, laptops, mobiles, furniture, bedding and more. Best prices guaranteed. Go Harvey Norman, sale on now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight, dropping down to 6 and mostly sunny and 19 tomorrow, 20 for Sunday and Monday, then a shower or 2 on Tuesday, 19. At the moment, 17. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, police review body-worn camera footage after an eastern suburbs arrest that left a man unresponsive. Attacks hit the South Australians. Why our ESL bill is going up. Pain-free breast cancer screening arrives down under. And a message for Microsoft users. What you need to do this weekend to protect your passwords. 9 News. Your news. 9 at 6 on 9 and on 9 Now.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA. Always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival. Yeah, thanks very much. Join us for the second hour here of the Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G. Give us a call, 8223 0000. Taking your calls on 2 team players that, that just stand out. They've got a unique homestyle food text here that says, "G'day lads, Dennis from Paringa here. Sample Ben Warren, South Adelaide, retired, went home. Langhorne Creek won a flag. Nathan Bassett got him to Nord, 2 premierships as a player, and then he coached one as well. So great call there. Keep them coming in for the Ruston Black Gut Shiraz.
Rick Davies.
Well, yes, South Adelaide and Sturt. So, yeah, no, that's a great call as well. So keep them flying in. We've got a big show coming up. Katrina Gorry, of course, Matilda's star. She's just brought out a book. Caitlin Jones, SA jockey, and the SA Sports Moment of the Year Award. Wait till you hear about this one. It's awesome. And, of course, Tim and Terry's tips. Get on if you want to make money. Talking about a 2-team champion, have a listen to this.
Onto the left
boot, spears it inside 50 and hits Fitzgerald. As Fitzgerald comes in from 40 metres out and puts it through for his second.
Beautiful kick. Fitzgerald, who looks a likely type, has taken the mark. He's got ball down there in the square. He doesn't need him. Does not need him. Carries it beautifully.
Well, 5 on debut, do you mind? Crows take on Sydney. It's at the SCG Saturday night, playing for what we're calling the Ryan Fitzgerald Cup. I'm calling him because he's a cockle diver, a famous one. Correct. Out there with jars and doing all that great work. The second cockleichi kid, Fitzy, welcome.
Rowey, Timmy, so you got my audio? I sent that through today.
Yeah.
Timmy, that's actually my ringtone, so I'm glad you guys got that.
5 on debut.
Oh, that was a night to remember, Rowey. It was a night to remember, and the oldies came over from Adelaide. They were up there. That was the second ever game at Colonial Stadium. Remember when it was called Colonial Stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was. I was on the bench for the first quarter, and the only reason that I came on is Andrew Dunkley came off with blood raw right at the end of the quarter. So I ran off the bench, Timmy, and I just kept running down to the square. And then all of a sudden I saw Robbie Armat with a ball. I thought, I'll just keep running here. And he's had a shot from 60, and the ball just landed in my arms, Rowey, and I just turned around and snapped my first goal, and I was off. The confidence was up.
Hey, we haven't beaten Sydney since 2019. Is tomorrow the day?
Well, it's a good time to get them. Look, at the moment, you look at form, Rowey, and obviously we're playing a lot better football, but Sydney at the SCG are bloody hard, really, really hard. They get a great crowd there. The Sydney-Adelaide game always gets a great crowd. There's a lot of people that come up from South Australia to go to the SCG. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, and I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm confident that the boys can get over the line, Rowey.
Okay, tell us how to play the SCG, because it's wide, it's fat, it's chubby, it's unique, it's got big pockets, and it's a circle. Fitzy, how do you play the SCG?
It's not good for forwards, Rowey. It's not. It never has been. The only man that I ever saw dominate there was Tony Lockett. Yep. And I was lucky enough to be there that day that he kicked the record kicking the goals, the 1,300 goals. But it's really hard as a forward. So having Tex back is great, but it's going to be difficult for Filthy, for Fogg, and also Tex up there because there's not much room. Exactly like you said. They play it quite well. It's been really interesting to watch the Swannies this year because they've struggled. They've actually struggled home at the SCG, which they've never, ever done. So, look, they've got some amazing midfielders in Heaney and Warner. We've got to shut them down. And if we can do that and get our game going in defence and turnover, I'm pretty confident.
Now, you made a comment there that I want to explore. You said the SCG Oval's never been good for full forwards. Well, the first recruit they got was Warwick Capper. Thought he was a full forward. The next was Lockett. He wasn't a bad full forward. And then they got Buddy Franklin. So that makes your
besides those.
Besides those, Fitzy.
Well, do you know what? They also got Barry Hall as well.
Yeah, Barry Hall.
You're making this worse.
So, do you know what? Sydney have always been very good at luring the big forward, and that's why it's been interesting that they haven't done it recently. That's why I reckon they'll go after Hugo Hagen at the end of the year, Jamar, because I think he's sort of out of. Obviously, we all know he's out of. He's out of tilt there at the Western Bulldogs, and the Swans need someone up forward. So they will pick up someone big up forward. They need someone up forward. That's where they sort of break down, is in their forward line. So it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Fitzy, I'm going to defend you here. I think it's not a great deck for centre-half forwards. I think that's probably been the biggest bugbear of anybody who's played centre-half forward at Sydney. Just say you end up in no man's land, basically, because it's either over your head or it's well short of you.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you. There's not much room at all up there, Timmy. So, but, I mean, it's a great atmosphere. The grandstand is right over the ground. It is very, very loud at the SCG. But you guys know the history behind the SCG and cricket, and
love it.
It's just the members stand. It's just magnificent to be a part of. So, you know what? For all these young blokes Sid Draper and Peds and all these guys that get an opportunity to play at the SCG. What an experience. They should be very excited for tomorrow night.
And you happy with the senior rule? One senior out, one senior in, Laird out for Smith?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I rang you, Rowey, on the weekend about that because I honestly do believe that we need, and I know these boys don't want to have a rest, No. You're in good form, you want to keep going, but Timmy, you know what it's like. Like, if you have a week off, especially, and look, I'm not looking at the older players. I'm like the young blokes. Like, I watch Saligo just throw his body in every single week, and I know he's young and he's fit, but it's hard for a young bloke to get up every single week. I don't mind doing this every now and then, and the hard thing is picking the game to do it because, I mean, we did it with Tex against West Coast, but there's not too many other teams that you can do it with.
Yeah, I don't like flirting with your form. That's why I've done a ladder predictor. Have you done yours yet, Fitzy?
Watching, even though Brisbane just got over the line last night, Rowey, I just think that they're going to get better and better, and they don't have Joe Danaher, but I tell you what, their movement is unbelievable, Brisbane. So they're the team to beat for me. Collingwood's always going to be there. I really just cross my fingers that the Crows get a top 4 chance and a double chance because I told you, Rowey, I don't want the lid off yet. We've got to be really humble, and I know you're getting excited. But actually, is there any whispers going around about a game later in the year, Rowey? Has anyone spoken about that yet?
What do you mean, a game?
In September?
Boys, I want to get involved. I'm probably going to get into trouble here from Craig Munn. FIVEAA.
Oh, no, now I know what you're talking about. You can share the news, Fitzy.
Well, I want to get involved because over in Melbourne, there's a unique call. They have the Blues Radio.
That's right.
Andy Marr does it with Kuta Feedes and Ange Christou, and I really love it. And I've approached FIVEAA, and Rowey, you'll laugh at this. I said to Craig, hey, I really want to do a biased Adelaide Crows call. And he said, Fitzy, we do every week with Rowey.
Classic.
And I said, no, I really want to ramp it up. I want to get a couple of legends club down there, and we're sort of talking to a few now. Rowey, I'd love for you to be involved, maybe Will Goodings as well, but I want to go all out.
Yep.
How's this, Rowey? I don't know how it's got up. The reason why I bring it up, because, Rowey, on Instagram today, I got a direct message from a young man by the name of Scotty Lee saying, Fitzy, I'm in.
Wow.
Oh, Adger would be superb. Timmy, you didn't hear after the game, I was cock-a-hoot, 66 points, all that. Fitzy felt like he had to ring in. His sons were in the car, and he rang. He said, Rowey, be humble, mate.
Settle.
Mate, just be humble. And I said, Fitzy, be humble about what? Just be humble about being... I said, mate, we've done nothing for 7 years. There's nothing to be humble about.
Yeah, but see, you can start celebrating when we have success.
I will.
Kendrick Lamar's got a song, Rowey, that says, sit down, be humble, right? And then when we win it, I will be sitting right next to your son, and I'll get you on my shoulders, and we are parading up Rundle Mall.
Done.
We'll go down Beach Road at Christie's Beach. We're going everywhere. We're going on a ticker tape parade all across South Australia.
Well, Brody Smith's got a better one for me. When he kicks a goal, it's no way. Fitzy. Fitzy, love you. I'm looking forward to that at the end of the year. We're going to do that. That is going to happen.
And just be careful, Fitzy. I've had a warning at Port Noarlunga that there was a big, tall, skinny bloke that played for Sydney and for the Adelaide Crows that was swimming in the water when there was a great white shark there a couple of weeks ago. Don't be so silly.
Do you know what, Timmy? I got told off by an old couple because the shark alarm went off, but they brought a boat out. The surf lifesavers brought a boat out, and they were pushing the shark down the beach. And I said, that's 200 metres down the beach. So I went for a swim, and I got told off. I got told off by a couple of locals for going into the water.
Yeah,
but,
good.
Oh, God, you know what? I'll put my arm around a shark. You know what? We fly as one down here. We swim as one.
A good shark's a dead one, mate. Well done.
Thanks for having me.
Protected species.
Hey, watch this space. Fitzy and I together at the end of the year calling the game of footy. Look out. Hey, love you, Fitzy. Well done, mate.
Love you, boys. I'll speak to you soon.
See you, buddy.
Yeah, he's a bloody ripper.
Absolute
He's
ripper.
a treasure.
Oh, yeah. But imagine those long, spindly legs there. Bloody, that'd be like a little hors d'oeuvre for the great white.
It'd be a toothpick.
Exactly.
Oh, I've got a little bit of tuna in my teeth. Here, let me eat Fitzy. Hello, Mark at Summerton.
How you doing? Just on your two club players, you've kind of already gone through Kappa and Lockett and Franklin. Brendan FIVEAA, Gary Ablett's plural. And if you want to go SANFL, have you mentioned Graham Studley-Corns?
Yeah,
no,
brilliant mentions.
I didn't see Cornsey in there, Mark. That's a good call.
Done.
Well played, of course.
In the running,
went and player coached at South Adelaide, of course, Cornsey. But I like those.
Well, we've
Good
got the
nominations.
Rusden Wines in the Barossa Valley, home of the Black Gut Shiraz. RusdenWines.com.au. That's in the running because he had a quadrilla there. Is a quadrilla 4?
Yeah, correct.
Well, he had 5. What's that? A suxpit.
Quintuplet.
That's it. Hello, Tim.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, Tim. Who you got for us, buddy?
I've got a couple. I've got a great trade that saw Wayne Schwass go from North to Sydney.
Correct.
Won a BNF at Sydney after a premiership at North.
Yeah.
And the trade in that was Shannon Grant, who came and won a Norm Smith.
Norm Smith in 99.
Yeah, but an odd one that you might have forgotten was Brad Otten, All-Australian at Richmond and 3-time premiership player at Geelong.
Yeah, that has escaped me, Tim. That's a good one. Yeah, Otten's, of course, he ended up playing a very key role for Geelong in their flags.
Well, he did. Absolutely, he did. Hey,
in
Tim,
7 and 9.
Hey, Tim, thanks for that. Great call. We're going to take your calls after the break. 8223 0000. Keep the text coming in. Fitzy, how good. Got that Rusden Wines to give away. Back after the break.
Afternoon at Northfield, a crash on Grand Junction Road in the prison, so look out for really big delays through there at the moment. Carvey motorcycle crash with debris getting cleaned up at College Park, Payman Road near Harrow Road, and a crash also getting cleaned up at Noarlunga Downs, Honeypot Road near Challenger Drive. Slow for works at Unley Park, Unley Road near Northgate Street, quite busy at the moment, Tapley's Hill Road, Glenelg North. Cameras, Goodwood Road, Colonel Light Gardens and Grant Avenue at Rose Park. Like your burgers with bites, head to Oporto for an Aprego and Bites box. A Prego burger with 3 grande chicken bites, dipping sauce, chips and drink. Grab yours at Oporto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Our state can be proud of its unique businesses, big and small. Let's celebrate them with 5AA's Best of SA.
Cheapest Chips has helped South Aussies to live cheaper for 40 years. With 25 locations across SA, there's a Cheapest Chips near you, selling everything from daily essentials to storage solutions and garden products. Jump online or visit your local Cheapest Chips today and live cheaper.
The Best of SA, thanks to major sponsor Ray White Business Sales and Adelaide's 5AA.
Hi, Brett Ibbott here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. It's always a good idea to buy a Mazda, and now it's even better when you unlock end of financial year deals early. All makes, models and colours plus low-K demos are being cleared with immediate delivery. You'll also get free on-roads, free stamp duty, free 12 months retro and $500 worth of accessories. No gimmicks, just great deals. Get your end of financial year Mazda early at Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway. T's and C's apply.
Unpack the wonder of a remarkable archaeological discovery, the treasures of the Viking Age at the South Australian Museum. See gold, silver and unique heirlooms from the astonishing Galloway Hoard. On now until the 27th of July. Book now at samuseum.sa.gov.au.
Okie dokie, 23 minutes past 5. Love your calls on 2 club players. We'll do 3 clubs the next day and then we'll do 4 and then we'll do multiple. Hey, if you need to move from A to B to C to D in this autumn, your best move is hiring from Budget Car and Truck Rental. And autumn finishes on the weekend. Let's do autumn and winter.
I'll tell you what, get all of those 2 club players and 3 club players and you get them in the back of one of these budget car trucks. Now, the beauty of this is you can put them in boxes. They'll give you tape for storage. They'll give you covers so nothing gets damaged and everything will be sorted.
It will. And you need the perfect set of wheels at Budget Car and Truck Rental. They got them all. Cars, big and small, moving vans. There's trucks available, standard driver's licence, plus these utes, hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25-seater buses. What don't they have? They got it all.
They've got it all. And when you've chosen the vehicle of choice, grab Budget's blankets, trolley, and everything will go tickety-boo.
Tickety-boo. Job done easy with Bouget. It's family-owned. It's a business. They're family-friendly. There's multiple locations. They're just the best.
Got something big to budget? Budget with a budget rental truck. Call 13 27 27.
Ignition for men.
Adelaide's home of impeccable class and style, offer a range of suits by leading Italian brands, including tailor-made wedding packages for the groom and groomsmen. Order 3 tailor-made suits and pay just $799 for each. Order 4 or more for just $749 per suit. Phenomenal value for a quality tailor-made suit. See Ignition for Men for tailor-made wedding packages. 54 Paynham Road, Stepney. ignitionformen.com.au. T's and C's apply.
You really do have a shot at this. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery is selling now. You could win the new $3 million Scott Salisbury Grand Prize Home. With over 11,000 more prizes, you have a 1 in 15 chance of winning. Is it your turn for a life-changing win? Tickets selling now at homelottery.com.au. Life-changing prizes, life-changing impact. homelottery.com.au. Licence M14727.
Sail away with Silver Sea and Phil Hoffman Travel with up to $11,000 savings per suite on select voyages through to 2027 and receive up to $500 onboard credit per suite. Discover the world in ultra luxury. Enjoy butler service, 24/7 gourmet dining, premium beverages, shore excursions, Wi-Fi and more, all included. Sign up to the Platinum Cruise Club for a bonus $300 onboard credit. Hurry, offer ends 31st of May. Visit pht.com.au.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
We're better connected, which gives us more consistency. I think you look at our season, we've been pretty strong across all quarters. If we have lost a game, and we did that with Geelong and even Freo, it hasn't been a blowout. We've been in there and we've got areas we're still going to be better at, but we've definitely been more consistent this season.
Matthew Nix there on the team's consistency, which they'll need up there at the SCG this weekend. 5AA's Best of SA. Well, it's a great show. It's about celebrating and profiling some of our great brands in this state. And today we're celebrating the Turf Farm. I've been out there. You've been out there as well. It's fantastic to see it growing and how they do
it. Common Cooch, Buffalo.
All different. And they got this Tiff Tough stuff as well. So get over to Tracy and the team for your chance to win a $100 Turf Farm voucher and 2 tickets to our Best of SA dinner, Friday the 20th of June at Adelaide Oval. Give us a call now. 8223 0055. The Turf Farm lawns are creating neighbour envy all over Adelaide.
2 club players. Let's go to Littlehampton. Marco.
G'day, Rowey and Timmy. Mine is a guy I went to school with at Heathwood High School. He played at Sturt and then moved to North Adelaide, where he played in one premiership as a player and another as a captain, and that was Kim Klomp.
Oh, yes, I was going to say, that sounds like Klompy. Well done, Mark.
He's a bloody ripper, hard as nails. Good one, Mark. Hello, Ange.
G'day, boys. How are you?
2 club player.
What about the bloke that won 2 premierships in 2 weeks? Aaron Keating. One AFL, one SAFL.
Brett James did the same.
Yeah, but it was in 2 different competitions.
Yeah, we wanted the same comp. And sorry, mate.
Technicality there. Chris, who 2 club player for you?
There's 2 I want to nominate. One was Brody Atkinson.
Yes.
Played for North and Sturt.
Yeah, and McGarry at Sturt.
Very good player. Yeah, and also the late, much underrated Peter Yeo.
Oh, Peter Yeo, Port Adelaide and Sturt. Yeah, great call,
When
Chris.
did he
I like
pass,
that one.
Chris? Late? That wouldn't have been that long ago. Chris Yeo. Wouldn't he mates with...
Peter Yeo.
Peter.
Gee.
Stud, anyway. God bless.
Good question.
Sorry, Chris. Hello, Rob at Unley. How are you? 2 clubs?
No, not only anymore. I'm on the York Peninsula, Pine Point. Beautiful
Beautiful
That
point.
is
magnificent. Get that updated.
Now, a couple of a name I've got to throw forward, and you've got to wind the clock back 50 years ago.
Okay.
Yep.
Triple Brownlow medalist, Ian Stewart. A couple at the same
There you
one
go.
at Richmond.
Now, he played Richmond.
Yes.
Yep, and...
South Melbourne.
Fitzroy?
No, St Kilda.
Fitzroy. St
Saints.
Kilda. Sorry, it was Saints.
Saints. There we
Yep.
go. And
Good on
3
you, Point Head.
Brownlows. Good
Well
get.
done.
Ian Stewart. Love it.
The big winner Whiting will be starting to get around Point.
It's got them off at Vale.
Hello, Lynn.
Hey guys, how you going?
Good, Lynn.
Yeah, good, Lynn.
I had one, but while I was waiting, I thought of a couple more.
Yeah.
Tony Modra.
Mods.
Yes. Yep, both Crows and, of course...
Wayne Carey.
Wayne Carey.
Yep.
Wasn't much good with us, but...
Matty Bode.
Matty
Bode. Yeah, one of the rare to go from Port to Crows. Yeah.
And there's actually one that's still playing now.
Yes.
Billy
His
Frampton.
name's
Billy Frampton.
Rory Atkins.
Rory Atkins.
Rory Atkins.
The rat.
It's a
he's got
three-clubber.
3.
He's a three-clubber.
The rat's a 3er.
We'll do the hat trick next week.
We will, then, because this has gone off like a dunny door in the sun. Hello, James.
G'day, boys. How you going?
Good, James. What do you got for us?
That's right. I've got a couple here. Well, I've got more than a couple, but I don't know whether they've been mentioned because I've only just tuned in. But I've got Ian Downsborough.
Yes, Big Ian. I reckon he was a three-clubber, though. I reckon he was
Played with
West
us at
Coast.
Nord. Oh, he was too.
I reckon he was West Coast Port Crows. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was too. Kimmy Costner.
Kim Cost.
Western Bulldogs.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Crows. That's a good one.
Greg Anderson.
Yeah, definitely. You're right.
Well done, Jimmy.
Hey,
God,
well
the
done,
list
James.
goes on and on and on and on and on, doesn't it?
A lot of hard work there on that one.
Yeah. Hey, listen, a big last half out, smack on 5:30. Tez's Tips with Timmy.
Oh,
got your
it's
own
huge.
segment. Looking forward to this. Caitlin Jones, SA jockey.
Part of an incredible SA moment.
Yeah, and mostly your calls. We'll keep them going all the way up till 6 o'clock. We've got that Rusden Black Guts to give away. You know the number, 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. It's been a tragic day with a toddler killed in a car park accident at Edinburgh North, while a man died in a workplace accident at Elizabeth South. One Nation has increased its representation in Canberra, winning a 4th Senate seat. The trial of Diego Maradona's medical staff has collapsed in Argentina, and the Crows have had their final training session in Sydney ahead of tomorrow night's clash against the Swans. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Northfield, got a crash, Grand Junction Road near the prison. Really big delays through there at the moment. Take it easy if you're heading that way. Another crash at Penfield, Wumba Road near Andrews Road. Pretty slow for the drive home. Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North. Quite busy at the moment. Southern Expressway at Tonsley and a camera Oaklands Road at Glengarry. The BMW Expo sale event is on now with exceptional offers across a range of BMW vehicles, including the X3, X5 and 1 Series. Must end June 30. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, mostly sunny tomorrow, a high of 19. At the moment, 16. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
The emergency services levy fee is going to rise $6.70 a year.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings.
What's the inflation rate though, Will? Well, we know it's 2.4% at the moment. So why is it rising by more than inflation?
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
Wasn't gambling revenue up too? Yeah, I think so. So they're getting all the extra money from gambling, but mainly from the housing boom. They're just raking it in.
5AA Breakfast.
Yet we've got to pay more from the ESL. I don't understand.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Our place is your place at the Albion Hotel. Your place to raise a glass to a big sporting win, a milestone birthday, or just making it through the week. Cheers. Your place to bring the entire family, including the kids and grandkids, for an amazing meal together. Your place to sit back and just soak it all in. The Albion Hotel. Your local, your people, your place.
It's the best beachwood home yet. The Caliente, inspired by the glamour of Palm Springs and California. A multi-level masterpiece of design, innovation and style with unmatched street appeal. Unwind by the fireplace, take the elevator to explore, or view the climate-controlled wine room. Truly spectacular. This home is a home designed for all generations. The Beachwood Caliente, open soon for inspection at Craigburn Farm. Life's good. It's even better in a Beachwood home.
At Barossa Volkswagen, the open road is calling. This means no tight turns, no traffic cones, no awkward loops past the office blocks, no siree.
We're talking about at Barossa Volkswagen. Now, this dealership is in the Barossa, in Tanunda, in the main street. On the left as you're heading sort of like out of town, not far from Rusden Black Guts.
Yes.
But the beauty about it is when you go in there, you can take a car for a test drive. Just say, Woody, and if you don't know who he is, just ask the staff, the sales team. I want to go straight to the top. Woody, get me an Emerald. And I want to fang the gizzards out of this all weekend. And you know what he's going to say?
Yeah, go for it.
No, he's going to say this. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
They don't do that down the Big Smoke.
No.
But here at Barossa Volkswagen, do what you like.
You know, one afternoon's just not enough, is it? It's
No.
just not enough.
No,
So
it's
take the keys, take the Amarok, take it for a little cruise around, and you know what? Oh, let's put it in the driveway, just see if it fits nicely. Put the blanket over the top of it, have a little sleepover. No hard sell, no hovering salespeople around you
No.
popping out of the blankets and saying, hey, do you want to buy it? No.
I've lived this. I drove up to Barossa Volkswagen and bought a Touareg. And it's the best car I've ever had. And I can't wait to get in an Amarok. Volkswagen Amarok. Look, take it for a drive, take it for a test drive, take it out, show your neighbours, show it off, even if you don't buy it. Wouldn't want you to buy it, but I guarantee you take an Amarok for a thing in the Barossa, you'll buy it.
Well, that's the end.
I dare you.
Done.
The end.
So where do I sign?
Barossa Volkswagen, city service, country feels.
Better for life.
At Southern Cross Care, we understand that your needs are as individual as you and that they can change as you age. So we offer a range of quality services when and where you need them. From help staying active and healthy to support living in your own home. From better retirement lifestyles to vibrant residential care homes, Southern Cross Care is here to help. Southern Cross Care, 1800 852 772.
Better for life.
Feel a cold coming on? Armour yourself with Bioceuticals Armour Force. Relieves the symptoms of common colds and flu. Bioceuticals Armour Force. Available at Terry White Kenmart. Always follow the directions for use.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It would be an entirely new application because the whole business case would be different. All the work that was done in relation to retention, the whole business case around the club changes dramatically. The licence that has been granted is conditional on a stadium with a roof at Macquarie Point.
That's CEO of the AFL, Andrew Dillon, basically saying if it's not got a roof, then it won't be happening. Now,
back in 2012, there won't be a roof.
Correct.
Then there was a roof.
Now there has to be a roof.
Now there has to be.
And if there's
rightly so.
happening.
And
well,
rightly so.
The issue is, as time goes on, it's gone from 750 million to
a billion.
And they say could blow out even further now. In a state that's only got about 500,000 people, that's a lot to carry. So there's a lot of people going, can we afford this?
Well, especially when it only seats 35,000.
Well, not even that, I don't think.
Under that,
it's high
30,
20s, I reckon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's starting to get to the point where it might not be worth it.
Well,
maybe there'll be no Tassie Tigers.
No,
what are they called?
Well,
Devils?
Yeah, maybe no Devils here. So, hey, give us a call, 8223 0000. We're looking for your two team players. We've had a lot of fantastic nominations. They keep flying in. Cheeky one here from John, Dan Houston, Port and Collingwood.
He's not half the player at Collingwood.
Mate, he's up, mate.
Well, he hasn't hit his straps at Collingwood.
Not quite yet. But anyway, we've got a guest, Rowey.
Well, our next guest is Katrina Gorry, Matilda's Story of Footy, Family and Barriers. It's a paperback, Allen and Unwin publication. It is in all good bookstores. I couldn't get it off you, Timmy, because you love the Matildas.
Oh, yeah, I did.
We were
enjoying
wrestling
that.
with it today. A deeply personal memoir. Katrina, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and I'll get you a book myself.
We've got it. We've got it right in front of us here.
Not an autograph one.
What? Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah, I can do that.
What was your motivation?
I don't know. I guess as a footballer, you kind of realise that you can make an impact on other people's lives, and I felt like sharing my story would maybe help others and give a bit of insight into what it's like to be an athlete, but also, to live a normal life as well.
I love Mary Fowler as a player, but I love her also with her forward that she said. She said, this book is a valuable reminder that we never know what someone may be struggling through. Kindness goes a long way. There are struggles with all athletes. Do you think the fan, and I'm a fan, needs to know that so we understand the struggles? Or are you happy to be an athlete, just cop what's coming, Katrina?
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone, or not everyone, but I think people think that we're a bit invincible, that we live a pretty fairy tale life. We get to travel the world doing what we love, which is amazing in itself. But there are a lot of struggles that athletes go through, whether it's, family, mental health or anything like that. And I think it's, it's good for athletes to be raw and true to who they are and what they're going through and share that with the rest of the world as well.
Katrina, I love the way you go about playing the game. Your nickname is Minnie. I got to say that I too am a vertically challenged person, and I got to admit, you appear to be similar in vein where we don't picture ourselves to be small. When I see photos with mates, and I go, am I really that small? Do you ever get that when you have a photo with the team and you go, wow, look at the difference between me and her?
Yeah, there's definitely times that I definitely realise how small I really am, but I don't feel like I play like that, and in everyday life I don't feel like I look like that until I really do see a photo next to someone quite tall.
But that's the beauty of it, I think, that, and you can see that in you as a player. It's the tenacity, and you describe that in the book about, being able to play in the backyard with your brothers. That does help, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think, we've always grown up in competition, whether it's wrestling, footy or any sort of rugby league. So I've always had to take on the big guns. So I've learned pretty quickly how to use my size and how to go about it.
Well done. Your resume is outstanding. 2 Olympics, 3 World Cups. Do you think one day we'll win a World Cup?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think, we've got the players to do so now. We've got players that have a lot of experience. Obviously, a home World Cup would have been nice to win it, but, you've got to go through those tough times to realise how badly you want it, to bleed new blood into the team. And, I definitely think one day Australia will hold the trophy.
Oh, God, that will be a huge day. It's a memoir, and it's written that way, Katrina. Well done with that. How tough was it? Chapter 3 coming out, Chapter 4, I've read all of that. This will be me. Was it good to go back and share that, or was it tough?
A bit of both. It was definitely tough to go back into the memory bank and kind of relive games, or, sometimes games just all roll into one. So that was really tough. And I think it was really nice to kind of reflect on, my journey, how far I've come, what I've been through, everyone around me that supported me and made the sacrifices for me to be able to do what I did. So I think it was a mix of both. It was happy, it was sad, but it was definitely a nice reflection overall.
Yeah, I can tell you a happy one. Chapter 20. What? You're pregnant? Yeah. 21 was better. Breastfeeding in boots. Is it true you're the first mum to have a baby while in our national team?
Yeah, I think so.
That's huge.
That's a good... Yeah.
Actually, Katrina, I say this to everyone. Welcome to the greatest club in the world, parenthood.
No doubt.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I've learnt a lot in the last couple of years, that is for sure.
Well, most people sort of experienced COVID, but you did it a bit differently. You wanted to become a mum during COVID. That in itself is a little left field, but what an experience it would have been. But in COVID, that would have been even more bizarre.
Yeah, it was, but it was pretty special because I got to spend so much time with family that I hadn't for so long. So for me, it was kind of nice. I used to work out with my mum every day. And, I got to have my mum and my sister in the labour room to help me give birth to my little daughter. So it was pretty special overall.
Awesome. Having a look at your career, Victory, spent a little year at Adelaide United too, by the way, Rowey.
I did.
2010, 2011. So
stop it.
Yeah, we can almost claim it if you like.
Yeah.
But the build up of the Matildas coming to Australia for that World Cup, did you think it was going to be as big as what it went, or was it even a surprise to you girls?
No, we didn't at all. I think when we bid on the World Cup, to be honest, we didn't think that we would get it. Once we got it, we didn't know what to expect. And I think, reliving those moments at the World Cup are moments we will never forget. The amount of people that came to the stadiums, and not just to our stadiums as well, to watch any country play. It's just incredible. We still come back home and, people are still talking about the games. We could never have imagined it to be how it was. And, we're so thankful that it turned out the way it did.
Katrina, thanks for picking up the phone. It's a wonderful read. It's an Allen and Unwin publication. It is out now in all good bookstores. Good luck with it, and good luck with motherhood, parenthood. Good luck with the Matildas, and you said it, we can win a World Cup, okay? I'm going to hold you to that, Katrina.
We definitely can. Well, thanks for having me. It's been a joy to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Matilda's story of football motherhood and breaking down barriers. It's a memoir. Katrina Gorry, our guest.
Little champion she is
Pocket
too.
rocket.
Absolute champion. Love the way she goes about playing. Sensational stuff. And no short jokes, There's been quite a few coming through on the East Coast food text. Says here, Jennifer had a couple of inches on Brad Gotch. Actually, Maria, that's true. One of the few players I was taller than
him.
I had him covered, which is great. Love Gotchy. Let's go to Normalville. G'day, Mick.
G'day, guys. How you going?
Good. Got a two-team player for us. Brad Gotch was a two-team player, actually. Yeah.
I got two, mate. I got one for Rowey, one for Tim.
Go for it.
Timmy, I'll just give you a hint. I'll do you first. This guy was Port Adelaide's 1979 best and fairest.
Oh, right. Yes, and then went where?
He actually came from Tynes.
Milan Folletti.
Went to Port. Milan Folletti.
Yes. Love him.
I think he played for the Saints for a bit too, actually.
He did. Correct. Yeah.
And Rowey, this bloke, I still barrack for the side that he played for in Victoria. This bloke kicked about 7 in the 86 state match against WA against the Vicks, champion player. WA bloke.
86.
86.
Yes. It was regarded as one of the best state matches.
Warren Ralph?
Brian Peake.
Brian Peake. Wow. Gee whiz,
God, he could play.
I was watching a game Warren Ralph was in for WA. Yeah. Playing against the Vicks.
70. He would have done that out of the centre. Hey, Mick, you're in the running, mate, for that Black Guts. Hello, Alex.
How you going, guys?
Good, Alex.
That's good. I got a quick couple from the Bays. You've got Keithy Coleman, biggest kick I've ever seen.
Yes, number 33.
Yeah, that's right. Zip that.
Ralph, Woodville to Glenelg.
Yeah, the
and
Stringer
back again.
Brothers.
Stringer Brothers, yep, North Adelaide.
But the Crows, they've got 4 that left us and have gone to win flags.
Ooh, name them, Alex.
You got Charlie Cameron.
Yep.
Jake Lever.
Yes.
Billy Frampton.
Yes.
Oh, 5.
Yes. Frampton.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, Dangerfield, yep.
And Alex Keith.
Oh, of course, Bulldogs
too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. So if you want to win a flag, leave the Crows.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
That's made me spew up, Alex. So
5
tell you
of
what.
them. Alex.
After the break, we're going to go and speak to SA star jockey Caitlin Jones.
Yeah,
We've got
big award.
Tez's tips.
Yep, Tim
and we're
Tez.
going to give away, thanks to Rusden Wines, that Black Gut Shiraz. And there's a couple in the running.
Don't forget me, mate, in that tipping, all right?
Oh, okay.
Had a winner last week.
Okay,
Thank you.
let's go to the break.
At Northfield, a 3-car crash causing some pretty big delays in Grand Junction Road near the prison. At Penfield, a crash, Womber Road near Andrews Road. And one just getting handed to me now. Thank you. At Prospect, a crash on Main North Road near Regency Road. 1 lane out of action outbound and solid delays through there. Currers, Hawkers Road, Medindi and Langman Grove at Felixstowe. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get a bottle of Coupio Pinot Noir Rosé for $14. Hurry, offer ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Hi, it's Wayne Phillips. If you're in the market for a new ute, SUV or van before the end of the financial year, you must come and see us at the award-winning Wayne Phillips Ford. We've got a huge range of Ford Rangers, Everest and Transit custom vans in stock and ready to go. Come in and see us for an unbeatable deal with savings so good, you'll have to see them for yourself. We won't be beaten on price. So for the best deal on a new Ford, drop in and see us now at Wayne Phillips Ford, Christie's Beach.
Go Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Up to 20% off clearance mobile phones and up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. All the big brands on sale. Save $400 on Samsung 75-inch QLED TV, now under $2,000. And LG 8-kilo front-load washer down to just $593. Shop hot deals on discounted lounges, dining, outdoor furniture and barbecues. Plus, big brand mattresses, bedroom furniture, kids furniture, storage pieces and more. Harvey Norman half-yearly clearance. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Don't miss the Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale this weekend.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get 20% off storage, so sign up and start saving. But hurry, the offer ends this Sunday. Live cheaper at the Chippy Rewards Super Sale, only at Cheapest Chips.
Okie dokie. Hey, when it comes to suits, big brands are important. But what's more important is how you look and feel in them.
Absolutely. It does not matter if it's a big name. It's how it looks. Ignition for Men, they are Adelaide's home of Armani, Canali, Palazzoleri, Zegna. They offer impeccable range of suits by all leading Italian brands. But most importantly, it's how they look, if the fit is perfect. They make you feel so much better. They're real tailors. They know what to do.
Oh, my God.
They have got it nailed.
They're classy, and even little old middle classies like me that are a bit chubby can go to Ignition for Men.
They raise the bar.
That's what they do. They raise you. From comfortable everyday office suits by Gibson and Joe Black to dinner dress attire, weddings for all occasions, the range, style and service at Ignition for Men is unparalleled. I even put that in there. Unparalleled. It's tailored to make you look and feel your best. I only want your best. There's nothing like it.
Spot on. They also stock the latest casual wear from brands like EA7, Replay, Hugo Boss, Karl Lagerfeld, Paul and Shark, more, you name it, they've got it. Call into the newly renovated showroom at 54 Paynham Road, Stepney, ignitionformen.com.au. Best fit, best brands.
At Blackwell Funerals, we care about what matters most. When it comes to saying goodbye, we're here with compassion, dignity and support. Visit blackwellfunerals.com.au to learn more.
At Coles, save this week with great half-price specials on your favourite breakfasts, like half-price Kellogg's Nutrigrain, 765 grams, now just $5.40. Stock up for breakfast in-store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Here's who you can support around Adelaide. Enjoy your outdoor area all year round with an opening and closing roof designed, manufactured and installed locally by Luva House. Help SAMRI end chronic pain, give and take the pain away. To find out more and donate, go to samri.org.au, sahmri.org.au. 5AA, supporting local business.
Toolkit Depot has all the gear for every trade under one roof, backed by their price beat promise.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's great to have you this afternoon. Been a lot of fun with our two team players. Got plenty coming really through still, which is terrific. This is a real good one, so get your fingers ready on your phone because we've got tickets to 5AA's Ultimate Friday Knockoffs at the Beer and Barbecue Fest 10th birthday on Friday, the 6th of June. It's going to be awesome fun. That's next Friday, I reckon. Yeah, so it'll be excellent. You'll get tickets for you and a mate into the VIP area. We'll chuck in some beers, delicious barbecue food. It's going to be awesome. Myself's there, Pembo's there. I think the Crows game's going to be on the tally. So if you want to get along, 8223 0055. It's last drinks for now. Celebrate Beer and Barbecue Fest 10th and final year as we know it. King's birthday weekend. Tickets at beerandbarbecuefest.com.au. Well, Rowey, I'm telling you, SA history has been made.
Hasn't it?
There was these SA Sports Awards at Morphettville last weekend, and a group of female jockeys, 6 of them in all, were recognised for winning the entire Metro 9 race card at Morphettville. How good is that? It is amazing. And fierce competition too, because they had the Thunderbirds who went back to back, and they beat the Ripper GC golf team at Live Golf as well. So they beat them to the trophy to be number one. And one of those jockeys and the spokesperson was Caitlin Jones. G'day, Caitlin.
Good evening, guys. How you going?
What an historic moment. How good was it to be part of that?
It is. It's very special. An incredible achievement by all. So it's just great to play a small role in that.
Did you know it at the time when you were going through the card and it was all happening? I know you guys would be concentrating on your next ride and the like, but when did it sort of twig that, hey, hang on, it looks like it's an all-female race here. What's going on?
I'd actually had a cheeky thought going before the last race. I'd sort of reviewed the race day and thought, we've won all the races here. It's down to the last, and I didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't say anything. And then, it was pretty exciting going into the last race with the knowledge that we could be accomplishing something pretty big, and it came about. It was a great milestone for Felicity Atkinson, also having her first Metropolitan winner too. So there was a few little special things amongst the whole day itself.
Lovely.
Caitlin, well done. You know what? It's trailblazing because it's a magnificent achievement. One day this will be the norm.
It really will. Like, it's obviously sort of heading that direction now. You find that females are really into the horse world anyway, and coming through in South Australia, they've had a great grounding for that and great support, and we continue to get great support from owners and trainers as well. So, but it's definitely been the women before us that have allowed us to be where we're at now. That's for sure.
So it's horsemanship, it's skill, it's knowing the horse, it's listening to instruction, feeling the horse. It's got a bit to do with strength, obviously a lot to do with technique. But why can't you be better than the men in it? And not that it's a men against women, but God, it's an event as far as a jockey where I'm surprised it's taking you girls this long to be so great and so recognised.
Blokes had to let them in.
Oh, is that what it was,
Yeah.
Caitlin?
Look, it's obviously it's been long-standing that it's been much more of a male-dominated sport. You know, I'm not sure whether the mentality was that men are physically stronger than us. That's true, but I think it's sort of come apparent through the women that have pursued this career who gave us the position we've got, that, you know, we can be just as determined and resilient and also just as in touch with horses. That has evolved so much over recent years, that has really projected us forward in the world of racing, and it's really clearly showing results throughout the whole of the world, really. And Australia is huge in advocating women in racing, and I think it's wonderful. We've always competed as women and men in the same sport, and it will remain that way. I think that's great. It's the only sport in the world that does it. Yeah. And we've just been able to progress, and I think that it deserves its recognition.
Well, congratulations, Caitlin. We're just about to roll into Tim and Terry's Tips, which is one of the greatest segments in radio ever.
Oh.
But I noticed you got a couple of rides tomorrow, Starlight Valley and Harley and Rose, but you got a great record at Penola and Sunday. I think you got 226% return on investment in Penola. So,
wow, okay. Well, I should, because that's where I started. That's where I grew up, and that's where I started my track work. So I should know it better than anyone, really.
Well, I think I'll follow you on Sunday. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds great. Thank you.
Nah, brilliant. Congratulations once again to yourself and the other 5 ladies that achieved that amazing historic day by taking out the entire Metro 9 race card at Morphettville. Amazing.
Thank you very much.
Caitlin Jones, our guest, SA jockey. That's an amazing record. Incredible stuff.
It will be the norm.
And let's go to this.
Timmy and Terry's Tips.
Hello, Terence.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Cheers.
She's one of my favourites, Caitlin. She's a great girl.
Gun.
Oh, yeah.
Bloody gun.
That you would have been a part of that day, May 18 last year. That just would have been incredible to be there and go, this is amazing. The whole 9 races won by female jockeys.
Yeah, and I think we've probably seen it before, though, but maybe on the provincial racetracks
Yes.
or maybe the country racetracks. For them to do it in the city, though, that was an even bigger tick. But they're taking over the riding ranks here in SA. We witnessed that again at Gawler on Wednesday, where once again the boys and the girls have had to swap jockeys' rooms because there's more girls. So the boys have been squeezed out. They've been pushed out into the smaller room.
But sensational stuff. And all for it. All power to us. As long as we're on them, that's the main thing. So who are we going to be on tomorrow? That's what I want to know, Tez. What have we got?
Yeah, well, the 2 that I like tomorrow, I like in race 6, La Defence. I thought it was in race 7, but it's in race 6. Race 6, number 5, La Defence. Todd Panel riding for
Bit of value.
Will Clarkin and Nicky O'Shea. This horse, he put together 4 wins in a row late in 2023, and then he obviously had an injury problem. He had a long time off. He came back with a terrific second at Flemington, and then last start he ran at Morphettville in a Group 3 race where he ran below par, but they've given him a bit of a break. They've put blinkers on him, and I think he'll run really well at double-figure odds. So he's my value bet tomorrow, race 6, number 5, La Defence, and my good thing on the program is with one of the girls, Taylor Johnston, riding for her boss, Andrew Lewis. Race 7, number 10, Lovely Look, and I thought it was the one that stood out as the best bet on the program. Really good win first up. Ran well last start in a black-type race, back in grade tomorrow, and I think it'll be extremely hard to beat. So it's my best bet, race 7, number 10, Lovely Looking.
Beautiful. Well, I had success with Great Maximus last week. So I'm going for race 3, number 4, Beach Pad. And I'm going for race 8, number 5, Up the Den.
Yeah, well, they're both great chances. Race 3, Beach Pad for Aaron Bain and Ned Taylor. Stubby Holder to ride. It's a distance race, 2,000 metres. Stubby, arguably the best distance rider in the state. And, yeah, Up the Den. It's only had 3 starts. It's won 2 of them, trained by Michael Hickmott. And good luck to Michael. He's got Party Crasher running tomorrow in the Group 1 Queensland Derby up there at Eagle Farm. And it's got a terrific chance. It's only lightly raced, and I think it's well in the market. It might only be like $7 or $8. Craig Williams riding from Gate 1, so it could be a massive day for Michael Hickmott tomorrow.
Well done, Taz. Thanks for your time. Terry McAuliffe there for racing.com. The last text goes to Maria. Frankie Dettori rode the card at Ascot. Wow. That makes that achievement with the girls. We'll have to look that up. Hey, Mike, congratulations, won the bottle of Rusden Wines, Blackgut Shiraz. Rusden Wines is in the Barossa Valley, home of the Blackgut Shiraz. Do this at rusdenwines.com.au. Nominated Neil Curley and Wayne Phillips, which is great. My advice to you, Mike, is decant that little baby, that Blackguts, and drink it in gulps. Don't do any swirly. It's not one of those reds. Go the Crows, and can Port please wake up? We'll see you at 4 on Monday.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.